16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Dun, 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 dun,
We rejoin them on the seas, heading north along the coast of Crimeris. Mountains rise up in the far horizon to the left if you were to face the bow, and to the right is just ocean, far off and as far as you can see. Several days go by where you party with these dwarves nearly every single night, but throughout the day there's also many things to do. What do you keep yourselves occupied with as the days go by on this journey? And we started with you last time, so why don't we start with Camille this time?
Nice and easy. During the daytime hours, Camille will be out on the deck, usually at a high point, not like crow's nest high, but at a high point where it'll be like at the stern of the ship and just be staring off into the ocean. He'll have his hammer down, and he'll be with his hands rested on the hilt of his hammer, and he'll just stare out into the ocean and remain lost in thought.
Okay. Margaret?
Well, in between making love squares for all of the lovely people she meets, Captain Diego, Federally, Constal, she's working on a special gift for Camille. It may be a few episodes, but she thinks it would make him feel better.
Ooh. What about Worm?
Worm has been spending a lot of time training his dragon. I've already brought him to the point where he can snatch my daggers once I've thrown them and bring them back to me.
Oh, very nice.
So, very efficient at that. I'm super proud of him. He's learning very fast. Other than that, I've been just exercising sleight of hand as well. Keeping myself honed. Are you this well-oiled machine that I am?
Are you practicing that during the various games of dice and poker with the dwarves?
That is exactly what I'm doing, yes.
How much gold do we have?
And I think I have gathered some gold as well.
I'll tell you what, why don't you make a sleight of hand check and let's see if you've made some money.
Best of two?
That was a good pun, because you rolled Best of
Well, you're definitely getting practice in. Let's just put it that way. Definitely been getting some practice in. The dwarves really like you. They enjoy playing games with you. They win a lot of money. We'll say you've broke even.
Glad I could be of some service here.
You've won about as much as you've lost.
It's been fun. It's been fun. I'll be better for it. Of course, I will be better for it.
What has Finia been up to?
Well, now that you've asked, I have been entrusting the job of basically taking all of the tangerines and putting it in my room, and Ollie, Ratcher, Snatcher, and Woozle have done that for me. I'm so grateful. I've been making delicious tangerine juice, and it's been so healing for everyone in my cabin. And I've been working on my potions, and I've also been working on my maps, and sneaking a bit of whiskey here and there.
Yeah, a couple of dwarves quickly realized that you're not into the rum and the mead and the ale, so one of them just kind of pulled out a flask and was like, how you feel about whiskey? On which a bond was formed.
Look at the smile on her face.
Couple of, we'll say like every evening after the 4-hour bell rings to signify that some of the crew is on shift, you get a visit from a couple of dwarves who are like, it's whiskey time!
Oh, welcome!
And they'll just kind of hang out and just snack on tangerines, and they've started mixing tangerine juice with the whiskey, and
it's delicious.
Yes, it's created quite the thing. It's quite the whispering among the crew about this fancy new drink that's been invented.
It's a potion for fun.
A fun potion.
Whiskey tangerine sour it might be.
Yeah. And what is Stormy up to?
Well, I'll tell you. Storm is drunk. If he's not drunk, he's eating. If he's not eating, sometimes maybe he's naked, lying on the boat, getting a tan. Drinking with the dwarves. Sometimes they turn into a bear. They do pin the bear. Maybe they ride the bear. Maybe they wrestle the bear, and then they get drunk and we laugh. Building a strong bond with the dwarves and drinking and eating, always.
You've been named honorary shallow-skinned dwarf at this point.
Oh.
Everyone's calling you Brother Brian Braid.
Brother Brian the Brave.
And I think you've even been gifted a fake beard,
Oh,
a big dwarven beard to cover your face with, to signify how respected you are amongst the people here now.
my dwarven brothers.
So it has been for several days now, journeying up the east coast of Crimeris. Like I said, mountains off to the side that from your geography, those are the Ordale Mountains. There's an entire dwarven kingdom that lives beneath those mountains, and they're not really very interested in the shallow-skinned dwarves, so they kind of keep themselves separate. But it has been a fairly uneventful journey in terms of outside the ship. Things have been wonderful. You've made many friends among the dwarves. They've really taken to you. They don't really know what to think about Camille, I think. They're kind of just like, yeah, he's a passenger, I suppose. But they've definitely taken Angarad. You've been asked to give many lessons on how they can improve their tonality and their musicality. With Worm, there's many of them have wanted to try to do like tricks with the dragon, and they've also kind of been like trying to do various trick shots and try to improve. They've introduced you to the wonderment that is flintlock pistols. And they've started kind of, in exchange for you showing them how like throwing knives and stuff work, they've gifted you a rather nicely crafted flintlock pistol and a couple of shots to go along with them. And have started showing you how it works. And they've warned you, of course, it doesn't work well underwater, so don't get it wet, don't get it near fire, and be careful it doesn't jam. And then you start kind of wondering why these things are even worth having. And then they use it to blow open a hole in a keg, and then they just down it. And you realize that that's probably the firepower alone makes up for those downsides. But yes, you can have yourself a flintlock pistol.
I thank them kindly.
And for Finia, you've invented a new drink, which is considered almost a deific act among the people. So you are practically worshipped as you walk around. And many dwarves have started to gift you homemade flowers that they've made out of whatever they could find around the ship, that they've kind of been gifting to you and gesturing to place it amongst your various other outfits. Things have been really nice. And I think for you, Camille, it's definitely you get the strong feeling that this is the calm before the storm. You just can't shake the feeling that something is about to turn up. And everything is about to come crashing down, and it just keeps pounding and pounding inside you, and it builds day after day, night after night, until finally there is a call from one of the dwarves up in the crow's nest. It says, "Oi, Captain!" To which Diego, who is currently amid conversation with Storm, looks and says, "Hey, what do you see?" "Birds, Captain." "Aye. And that'd be relevant because they're large and they're coming right for us." And he points off in the distance, and those of you on deck can turn to see 5 flapping figures getting larger and larger. And at first it just seems like a couple of birds far off in the distance, but as they get closer and closer, you can't help but notice that they get larger and larger as they get further and closer to the ship. The dwarf kind of says, get on them ballistas then. Let's make sure that if they're not friendly, they don't stick around long enough to find out that we won't take kindly to that."
I can talk to birds. I can ask them why they're here.
Let's put a pin in that. And just in case they like to peck first and ask questions later.
All right.
But duly noted. And as the dwarves begin to make their way out to the ballistae, there's a lurch as the whole deck shifts.
What was that?
I would indeed like to know this. Again, what's happening here? And a massive tentacle begins to emerge off the side of the ship and ensnare one end of the gunnel as the other side also gets ensnared by this massive purplish tentacle, the suction cups running along the sides of the steel and the wood as the whole ship lurches back and forth as it begins to rock.
Phineas, what is that?
You know what? I will transform into a shark, and I'll go down and see it. Is that all right?
You can begin to make preparations to do that as you make your way over to the gunnel, and as you peer down, you can see through the water more tentacles emerging upwards and outwards, grabbing and ensnaring onto the side of the ship. Now, this is a very large boat, so these tentacles aren't completely encasing it, but they are kind of snapping along the sides, and they seem to be holding the ship along its edge and rocking it back and forth, which is causing many of the dwarves to be knocked about and settled around, and they begin to kind of make their way, grabbing onto whatever they can, tying themselves down, and orders are being shouted around in chaos and hysteria as the birds continue to get closer and closer and closer. So, I know what Phineas is prepping to do. What is everyone else prepping to do?
Well, as a person with wings, as a being with wings, I'd like to do a perception check to see if these are indeed birds.
Make a perception check.
12 plus.
I'm sorry, what?
Perception.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry. Okay.
17.
There we go.
17. As you gaze out at these large birds, first of all, you notice that they are indeed large. In fact, one could say giant. These are not normal birds. They do appear to be eagle-like in their description. They kind of have the same feather structure and design that you would expect eagles, although significantly larger, several times that size. And you also notice figures riding atop the back of each of these eagles.
Not committed.
So that's what you've done. Storm.
Yes. I prepare everybody. I have heard of this sort of animal before. It is called a kraken. It shall take the boat down. It will take no mercy. I've heard of stories. I shall roll to make sure a nature check.
Yes. To understand the monster.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Shit.
Your specialty, Stone.
It's a 4, -1.
Well, as an Ayakokan, you do gain advantage when trying to discern monsters.
Perfect.
So you may roll again and see if you get a higher roll.
Perfect.
It was higher.
5.
It's definitely some sort of tentacled creature. You can decide whatever you think it is.
I think it is an animal called a kraken. I'm not sure.
I think you're right.
And Worm, what are you up to?
Can I round up a swath of dwarves and we all start working on cutting the tentacles from one side of the ship?
Absolutely. So you're going to start rounding up the dwarves and giving them some direction.
Yes.
And what is Camille up to?
So I see these birds coming, and I'll make my way to the direction that they're coming, to sort of like, I'll take care of the flying things if you keep those tentacles under control.
Yes.
And I will, as I'm walking, I will, you will see this like, almost as I walk past on her, you will feel this like almost like the hair stand up on your wherever you have hair, and
Well, that just became such a very visual. Sorry, go ahead.
there's a static charge that comes by, but it's not electrical. It's like this like weird magnetic presence that walks by, like actual magnetism that kind of like pushes you aside as I walk past. And I will use a focus on my sonics, and I will enact my kinetic strike so that while I'm focusing on this principle, once on each of my turns, when I roll to hit a creature, I will gain. I will be able to add my proficiency bonus to the damage. So I'm going to start doing more hits, harder hits, and I'll just make my way to where those birds are to try and intimidate them to come after me.
They do begin to veer into a formation as they sail down towards the deck, and you can see that Indeed, atop each of these giant eagles is a figure dressed in various amounts of armor and gear, and you see a couple of them pulling weapons and being at the ready as we're going to roll initiative.
Ooh, the first fight. Hey,
3 for Kumail.
said the best for last, I say.
What if it's
Angarad,
dirty 20?
a dirty 20.
Whoa.
Okay, and Storm,
6 plus 4, 10.
10. Finia,
12.
12. And Worm,
I rolled a 4 plus 6 initiative.
10 as well.
you're faster than Storm. Okay. So, first thing that's going to happen, so the eagles are going to swoop in, and those of you staring directly at them, so this will be Angharad and Kumail, you're both taking a direct stance against those on the eagles.
Yeah.
You see one of them appears to be a dwarf who pulls out a crossbow and lines up a shot, and there's a bolt flies directly towards Angharad.
Honorad.
And that's going to be a 19 to hit.
Well, I'm a dirty 20.
What's your armor class?
To get to, well, armor class. Well, what is my armor class? Oh, yeah. Lucky 13.
Okay. So the bolt is going to pierce into your side. We're going to be clicking 17 damage. Piercing variety as the sneak attack.
Can I cast healing word?
On your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
We each have, like, really good healing stuff. So.
Ouch, that's
No, it
And
was.
you will see that as the bolt kind of gets into your side, bits of vines begin to sprout out from it. That'll take us then to Angharad. You're next.
Okay. Well, Algarad is wounded and feeling pain like she's not quite ever felt. She calls out to Finia. Finia, what's happening? As she sees the ivy start to travel around her midsection.
Don't worry. I'm going to cast healing word and help you. Don't worry at all.
She wants to fight back, but can't quite. Can she? I don't know. Can you heal yourself?
You can.
Can I roll for some healing?
Yeah, I would
As a
recommend Cure
light
Wounds
heal?
just to touch yourself with a Cure Wound.
Cure wounds.
Yep. So that'd be 2d8 plus your Charisma modifier and healing.
Okay.
some of those.
Of these.
7, nice. 8, 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Plus my charisma modifier is that really correct?
that's right. So,
2
no, it's
or it's 17?
It's going to be a 3.
It's a 3.
yeah.
A 3. Sorry,
so you get
math is not her best subject.
18 healing back.
Oh please.
Okay.
That's only the charisma modifier, right?
That's right.
Okay, so 18 back. So
So
there's good full.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go.
You place your hands down, sing a little tune, and the bolt just pops out and the vines undo themselves as you completely heal the wound.
Hit me with your.
Better enough of a pause.
Okay. Another one of the individuals on the eagle. This looks to be an elf of some kind. You can see they have the kind of the ears and the angular face. Have withdrawn a longbow, and you see their lips mutter slightly as a little bit of energy wreaths. These sort of ethereal vines begin to wrap themselves around Worm, and they kind of create sort of like this target around you and kind of glow so that she can see you a little bit easier, and launches an arrow in your direction, which is going to be a lot. Oh my goodness, that's a 24 to hit.
See,
Oh,
his armor class is 14.
Okay,
14
so,
armor class, yes.
so the arrow will slam into you, and you're going to take 5 pure.
My armor class actually would be adjusted since I got new
Oh, it'd
armor.
be +1, so it's
Plus
additional
one.
1. Okay, which is still going to hit you, but
Okay.
yeah, you're right. Your AC has gone up.
All right.
So it's going to be 5 piercing damage plus the additional 4 from their hunter's mark.
Plus 1. 9. Yikes. I do not like seeing my friends get shot.
Eagle flies down towards where you are, Worm, gathering up the dwarves, and from it leaps this elven woman as she lands, drawing out 2 scimitars and just kind of grins at you.
Oh, really?
You can place the mini in the middle there, right in front of Worm.
Okay.
Can you reach it?
Yep. Right in front of Worm?
Right in front of Worm.
Like directly in contact?
Yep. She's just landed directly in front of him with 2 scimitars out and a grin on her face. After she shot you.
Not for nothing, guys, but the Hero Forge
I was going to say,
did a great
I guess
job.
the first time the audience has seen the custom Hero Forge minis. Yeah. Thank you to our sponsor, Hero Forge, for providing these minis.
How far is she from me right now?
Currently, she's 5 feet within 5 feet of you.
5 feet.
About a centimeter? I'm sorry, no.
Another one of the someone appears to be a gnome reaches out with a rod, and they kind of eye up Storm over there. And Storm, if I could get you to please give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, intelligence. Your strong suit.
Yes.
Yes.
I smart. Oh, D20.
Natural 20. You're very smart
A
today.
stroke of genius.
-1. Because I'm smart.
That'll still be enough.
Venus what?
As they wave their gnomish hand, you see a massive creature begin to summon and appear before you, glaring down. And then you blink, and you know what? It smells wrong because it doesn't have a smell, and you realize it's an illusion. As you see through their trick. Which is really annoying.
Can I call out to my mates?
Briefly, yeah, I would say you could just very quickly.
Quickly, I sense something. We don't have scent. This could be an illusion.
Noted.
Another one, the other eagle kind of swears off to the side, and you hear kind of the manipulation of some kind of casting of some sort. And now, Phinia, you're staring over the edge of the gunna looking down, and you begin to kind of feel a tingle just next to you. And then,
How far away is this caster?
I think they're going to be as far away as they could possibly be, which is going to be
Outside of 30 feet from me?
probably outside of 30 feet, I think. All right, because they are on
Carry on.
they are on an eagle.
I can counter their spells, but
They can fly around.
they have to be close.
The range is going to be 60 feet.
Okay, so they're too far away.
Ratcher Snatcher
Yes.
begins to convulse and shake as he turns about and outstretches claws and leaps for your face, clawing away. His eyes wild with enchantment magic.
Oh, Roger. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do animal friendship and calm Roger Snatcher down.
Okay, hold on to that because
Okay.
you're gonna have your turn in just a moment,
Oh.
and that could certainly be the thing.
All right.
I'm gonna see if he's able to. He is gonna scratch you for about 5 slashing damage.
Oh no.
No.
But yes, you did then begin to attempt to counteract that with your own thing. But for you, Camille, one of the eagles does flow down, and you see an orc dressed in forest green plate armor, wielding a battle axe inscribed with ivy running all up and along it, and a shield also encased in leaves and ivy, who dismounts from their mount, from their eagle, point their axe at you, and chant a quick spell
Within range?
within 30 feet of you. They're coming directly at you, basically.
I will spend my reaction. I think I have, half charges? No, I have 6. I'm full.
You would be at full
I'm
charge.
full.
I think.
Okay. That's fine, though. I'm a penitent, so... I will attempt... Okay. This will make it easier.
Sure.
For the description of the... So the Yeah.
This orc in armor kind of
Coming down, casting a spell.
and he begins to outstretches his axe, and a spell quickly fires.
All right, I will bring my lofty hammer up. It's fully charged with 30 feet of the verdant light coming off of it, meaning that if I were to absorb this spell, I will be taking necrotic damage. So instead, I will use one of my penitent features, which would be to deflect the spell. As long as the spell is of a certain level.
It is first level.
Okay, so what I will do is I will use one of my abilities to redirect mana. I've learned how to channel magical energy of your spells to your allies rather than convert them for my own use. When I use my drain mana feature, which is what I'm using now, to absorb the spell, rather than gain the charges onto my hammer, which would then convert into necrotic damage, I will restore the spell slot of an ally I can see within 30 feet. And I do believe if we follow these Hero Forge minis on the map that Anharad, who just cast a Cure Light Wounds, is within 30 feet.
That would be correct.
Spell slot is missing. So I would like to restore some of her mana by whatever. What's outstretching?
A compelled duel.
A compelled duel. I would have rather rely on.
Well, you didn't know.
So I want to fight this guy anyway. So as the spell comes out and the warp, the field of charming control, I will just take its energy and I will collect it and swirl it around the head of my hammer like this wire here, and then I'll just spin the hammer and flick it, and the energy will fly over and just touch the tip of Anharad's wings, and it'll be like the sheen of energy that goes over, and the spell slot that you just spent for that Cure Light Wounds is restored, which means you can do that again without having to rest. And I'm assuming I can cancel it at first level without rolls.
Yes, that's correct.
That's my reaction.
Anger portrays on this orc's face.
Good.
He looks at you as if you are a traitor to everything that they hold dear. And with a sneer, he just hunkers down and barrels forth, raising his axe and his shield as he comes directly for you. You can see divine energy radiating along the edge of his axe.
We're just getting started.
There's a smite.
Oh, shit.
And comes directly for you. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
Yes.
You're going to look at 8 slashing damage from the axe.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by 12 radiant damage as he then discharges energy into you.
Camille.
And I think he can also do a thing.
Do a thing.
Spectral vines begin to wrap around your legs and your body and expand outwards from you and reaching out towards the rest of the party. But I'm going to need, Camille, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
All right.
Come on, Camille.
National 20.
Yes. So we're going to put the half-orc paladin there.
Is this strafing?
He's directly in front of you at this point.
Someone like to move the Hero Forge?
Yeah, right there. And the vines attempt to constrain around you, but you flex and break them off as he is unable to restrain you. Which then takes us to Phinia, who currently has Ratcher Snatcher clawing away at your face.
Ratcher Snatcher! Don't do that! What's come over you? Oh, I'm going to cast Animal Friendship and calm Ratcher Snatcher down.
Okay, so I think, because Camille is busy, but Angarad, you see on one of the backs of one of these eagles, you see this figure wearing like a deer antlered headdress, just kind of grinning as you see him gesturing a little bit with his fingers at Ratcher Snatcher's movements. And as Phinia, you reach out to cast your Animal Friendship, the gnome reaches out and just snatches the spell out of midair and dissipates it away.
Oh, thank goodness.
Counter spell.
You countered your spell.
You stop.
You countered my spell?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that's terrible. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to do... how about I conjure an animal and I will conjure a very large bear.
Although, hold on, because counterspell is new.
It's a new kind of yeah.
So we may actually be able to prevent that.
This is a good mechanics question for 2024's rule set. So casting animal friendship is your action.
That is your action.
So the next thing you can do is a bonus action.
However,
we don't know if it's.
he is attempting to counter your spell. So you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it is different this time.
It
So
is.
might not actually.
That's
work.
right.
You might actually get your animal friendship off.
All right.
Man, it's so different now.
Oh, sorry, that was not. Okay, there we go. It is a 15 plus, what do I add it with?
Your Constitution save.
My
bonus.
Constitution save bonus is 1, so 16.
That's enough.
All right, that's great.
He tries to pull the spell away from you as you attempt to and then
What's your love
back,
for Ratchet Snatcher?
and you are able to resist this energy that's being pulled from you and infuse Ratchet Snatcher with animal friendship as he just kind of blinks and the most apologetic expression appears on the raccoon's face.
It's all right, Roger Snatcher. Don't worry, it's not your fault. It was that mean gnome.
And the human druid goes as he tries to begin casting a different spell as you've broken his hold on Ratchet Snatcher.
Why are you casting another spell?
Well, he's going to do other things. Where you have a woman in front of you with 2 scimitars who looks rather cocky.
Who's 5 feet away?
Yes.
Kick their ass, sea bass.
Worm will fake pump, leg sweep, double daggers in the chest.
Oh, okay. Are you planning to move this turn?
Yes.
Okay. Then you will not be steady aiming.
Well, okay, so the reason why is that rogues have an ability called steady aim, where if you elect to not move, you can give yourself advantage on the attack and apply your snake bonus.
Oh,
So if you really want to take her down and melee with her, you don't plan on running away, then you can plant down and get the extra.
I should steady aim.
Okay.
I should steady aim.
That will lock you out of movement for this turn.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I have a question. When can I turn into the shark?
Theoretically, you could do that on your turn because it's a bonus action.
So I could have done that on my last turn.
Yeah, you can do it now. That's
Oh,
Yep.
all right. I'm going to turn into a shark and try to figure out what to do with this kraken.
okay. You turn into a shark. We'll get back to you in just a second, Worm. You turn into a shark and dive. You can't breathe immediately, so you dive down into the water, and you can see that there is a ginormous octopus that is currently wrapping its tentacles around the ship, trying to hold it in place and rocking it. And its eye kind of turns to examine you as it peers through the murky water.
Can I talk to this kraken?
Yes, you can.
All right. Hi, kraken. I'm a shark. My name is Finya, and I just wanted to see if by any chance you could just move your tentacles out of our ship. We're just trying to, go on our way.
Smile at the end.
Shark teeth.
You will not release the polluters of the water.
All right, then I'm going to have to bite you.
All right. So, Worm, you are in the process of stabbing this poor woman.
So you get to roll a 2d20 for advantage.
So double.
Double it up. Double trouble. Take the higher of the two.
11.
11 and 11 on the dice, or
On the 11 out of 11.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yep.
So you get to add your attack bonus to that with your daggers.
That's right, which is, let's see here.
Where's it on the knee sheet?
It should be towards the top, in the middle, kind of middle top area.
Is that hit point?
It'll be dagger.
Your dexterity bonus is 3, right?
Yes, it is.
And
Proficiency is
versus 6. So you see plus 6. It's
Plus 6. Okay, so we're at 17.
17 is a hit.
Nice.
The dagger finds its home, and you get to do sneak attack on this. Now, did you want to attempt to trip her? Is that what you were kind of going for? Or
That was the idea.
okay, so you can sacrifice one of your sneak attack dice to attempt to trip her, dealing an additional 2d6 plus the 1d4 from your dagger.
Okay.
And I have to have her make a roll to avoid the trip.
So the diamond one right there, that's an 8.
Ooh.
So a small one there. So that's a 4.
6.
Those 6s, yeah. The 2 6s and a 4. Add that up. Add 3 to it because you get plus 3
Big money, big money, big money.
No whammies.
I mean, could it get fucking worse? 1 and 6 all in. 6 all
You
in.
get to add your dexterity bonus.
Yes.
So you get 3.
Dexterity bonus is a plus 3?
Yeah.
9.
So 9 total.
That's it.
Okay. Now, you do also have weapon mastery in daggers, meaning you may now make a second attack for free.
Incredible.
You just can't sneak attack this one.
Okay. All right. That's with the 20.
Yes, it will be with advantage again. So you get to roll 2 of them and take the high roll. We'll also say that you did stab her, and she kind of from the impact, kind of like, and you sweep her legs, she hits the ground, falling prone as she failed her save. So she can get knocked on her back.
Oh, yes.
Step her over there.
Here, sure.
The Hero Forge Mini.
That is a natural 20, my friend.
Man, I wish that was on the sneak.
Yeah. So you now get to roll 2d4 and then add 3 to that.
All right.
Come on, 4. 1. It's all. 1. 3.
Okay.
So 4. You don't add the 3 to the second attack though. So it's just the 4.
4 damage.
Clear. Okay. So you get the 2 daggers in there, knock her to the ground, kind of get the winds knocked out of her a little bit. You now have a bonus action. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You can't move.
You can't. Bonus action. Bonus.
No, not anymore.
They remove that?
I do, however.
If you have weapon mastery with a dagger, you get an additional free attack for no bonus action. But only with daggers.
That's not a feat?
Nope, that's a thing that you can do with daggers if you have a weapon mastery.
Oh my god. You can't actually get. Okay, no.
This new flintlock pistol might come in handy.
Would you like to load it?
I would.
Okay. Bonus action, load the pistol.
Oh
Okay.
man, next
So, well, you just do it. You just do it. You load
Just do it? Okay.
Yeah.
She's on the ground, you're like,
You've got it. You've got it loaded. So now on your next turn, you can unload it.
Very intimidating.
Alright, good turn.
Yes. Storm.
Man, it's over in the tides.
There's an illusory creature standing in front of you that you know isn't real.
Yes.
And a very frustrated gnome hoping you would have taken that bait.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Where's the gnome?
Currently on a giant eagle flying in the air.
Look ahead of you, my friend. There's the back of a person that wants to fight me. You could easily crack in half.
That's possible. Yes. 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 I shall roll. Call.
So how do you want to approach this foe? Do you wish to rage? Do you wish to bear?
Yes.
To discharge?
To this foe.
Yes.
The back of him. I will
15, 20, 25, 30. You can get right in there. What's your movement, do you know? Does he move 40 as a barbarian?
I think
speed 30. Speed 30.
Speed 30,
Okay.
yeah.
So he can still get there.
Yeah.
Right.
I shall scream at the heavens, call lightning upon myself, turn into a bear.
You can do one or the other first.
I will turn into a bear.
Okay. Well,
Swap on the me.
you guys swap out your mini. What do these dwarves see as their friend charges up the deck and starts into a massive bear?
How do I try?
Yeah, what does it look like
The way,
as you're running toward this foe?
as a barbarian, I start to run full sprint, and my snout starts to come out, and you see the rage in his eyes and his fur turn, and he starts to gain more muscles, and he turns into this 3,000-pound bear. And he's towering, and he's just, and his belly and his muscles and his fat just flapping, goes, he's just charging at the back of this, at this back of the enemy. And he looks like he hasn't eaten in 3 months.
And Camille is standing there, right? And he sees this thing coming.
This is the first time you've ever seen
Yeah.
Storm transform like
So Camille, as stoic as he always is, he was seeing the bear get closer and closer, and his foe in front of him, and he's gonna look at him and say, "You're in some pretty deep shit now, my friend."
You are just like,
As a bear, would you say you are recklessly mauling this orc?
yes,
Okay.
I am recklessly.
So you get, as a bear, you get the ability to make a bite attack and a claw attack. What would you like to do first?
I would like to bite.
You may roll 2 d20s and take the highest. You get to add 5 to this.
Sheer brutality.
10, 5, 10. 10 plus 5, 15.
So 15. He is wearing a fair bit of armor, so I don't know if that's going to get through the armor. You will go to fight, and you will chomp down on some nice steel plates.
And then let
You may make a claw attack now. I'll hug with advantage.
Come on, buddy.
19.
That will do it. Yeah, that'll do it. So where your jaws couldn't get through, the claws do get through some of the soft tissue, which is going to be a it's going to be a D4 plus 3, and you automatically knock him prone.
Oh, that's going to be great.
D4. Is it the want a triangle one? Yeah.
Yes. Plus 3.
4 plus 3, 7. Oof.
And he's knocked to the ground as you just slam into him with all the pounds of your bear form.
My friends are better than.
Which then takes us to Camille. So if we want to knock that orc over on his back,
Do I knock over?
Camille, you now have a prone enemy directly in front of you.
So he'll look down and be like, oh! What is this elated feeling I feel? It's been a while. And I'll just raise the hammer up way high. Good night. And you see some of the green energy just siphon through the handle, come down, and it just kind of light off his hands as he just brings the hammer down. I'll have advantage on this.
Yes, he's prone.
I ground thee.
Who we got? Well, thankfully I avoid that natural one. But 9, 11, 12. There's a 17 hit.
No.
Well, it hits the wood beside him.
I think he just manages to roll out of the way as the hammer slams into the wood, and you see the wood kind of splinter and then begin to re-knit itself.
No. Yeah. Apologies, dwarves. I will then use my bonus action. Oh, sorry. Can I? Oh, it's too late. I'll use my bonus action to activate some of the energy from the hammer, and I'll absorb 3 charges. Well, let's do that, and give myself temporary hit points.
Okay.
Using the Rennick. So what you'll see is 5, 10, 13. What you see is the hammer as I absorb, even though I miss, the energy surges through my veins, kind of get a little green for a second. You just see this revitalize, and the hammer's glow dims to about 50% of what it was, and I just seem a little more revitalized. And I'll give myself the 13. I said 13 temporary hit points.
Okay. Is that for Camille?
Yeah.
The dwarf on the back of the eagle kind of comes about again, reloading his crossbow and levying another shot directly at Anharad.
Anrod has a crossbow.
Ooh.
Shields
No, bards don't get. Okay. It's going to take the shot. It's definitely going to be a hit. That is a 26. So you're going to get hit with another sneak attack at 17 piercing damage.
Ugh. Again.
More vines sprout out from where the impact is, and the dwarf just and he starts reloading his crossbow again.
Take cover, elf. Take cover.
What would you like to do, Anhara?
My action. That was my action. Can I?
Well, no, you get a full turn now.
I get a full turn now. My friends are all right. I'm gonna roll to heal again.
Okay. Do you want to? So you have 2 options here. You can use your action to heal yourself with a little bit more, or you can use your bonus action to heal yourself a little less, but then still get your action to do something else.
If you would like to, because I know you want to know how to use your product inspiration.
Yeah.
If you use the action to heal yourself, you can then use your bonus action to heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Cool. So you may expend another. You could spend the spell slot that Camille just gave you.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Heal yourself again.
That's right.
28 plus 3.
You know.
8.
It's
Sound effect.
it's 8 more than you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
So using your action to give yourself a little more healing to at least remove the crossbow bolts and get some of the outside of the wound taken care of. You still have a bonus action.
I would like to roll for bardic inspiration.
How would you like to do that? Would you want to?
I want to give it to 3 of my friends.
All right, you're going to use your Nightingale power to split your bardic inspiration. Which 3 would you like to choose?
Finya's doing fine. Storm and Hamel and
Worm.
Worm. No, Worm. And
So they each get a D.
I don't have to roll the D.
They each get a D4.
Oh, they get a D4. Oh, okay, great.
So we're going to use these D4s to add to any of our D tests. When the time comes.
When the time comes.
You hold it.
Okay.
And if you roll your D20 and you miss by like 1 or 2, you use the inspiration at the same time. It's like we did on the test game. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we are now bardically inspired. But how are we bardically inspired? What do you say to us? How do you do this?
Oh.
In the hymn of battle.
I have a sound wall, and the vibration of the sound inspires you to become warriors.
Yes.
Okay. The elf in front of Worm kind of like recovers from the impact a little bit and does like a kip up where she just rears back and jumps up, both scimitars ready to go, brings them up and goes in to slash at you.
Not happening. Not happening.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that one's gone. This one's.
That's a sign. That's a sign.
It really was.
Oh, no.
Highest I got there was an 8. Because the other one was a natural 1. So she goes to go for you and then kind of slips and falls forward directly to... you just kind of step to the side as she stumbles past you, and she goes completely beet red in absolute embarrassment as both strikes from her scimitars miss. The gnome is now out of spell slots because he's a warlock. So he's going to...
I can feel his frustration. It's like,
because you resisted the one he counters, and then he tried to counter spell. So
knows?
He's going to outstretch his. He's going to outstretch a little wand that he's holding, and a crackling beam of vines. A crackling beam of vines comes out directly towards Storm's
magic enemies.
This is Eldritch Blast. It's out of your range. I think it's pretty good. The first shot just hits the ground right next to you. The second shot slams directly into you for 10 force damage, and all that's going to do is knock off the 9 you got for turning into a bear. So you take 1 damage.
A little bit of your spiritual double got saved.
Yeah. The druid atop his bird, he still's got some options. And seeing as his plan to turn the other druid's animals against her has failed, she's now down under the water as a shark. He is going to raise his hands up to the sky, and thunder will crack overhead as storm clouds swirl and lightning arcs and strikes directly down.
Is he far enough away from me to cancel it?
I'm going to say what we'll do is a quick test to see. I'm going to roll some dice and we'll find out.
Are you doing a luck roll?
That's essentially what I'm doing. I am unlucky.
So he is close enough for you to observe it?
He is.
The hammer goes up into the sky like Thor, and the lightning comes down and absorbs into my hammer. That's a 3rd level?
3rd level.
Rush roll for that?
Nope. Okay. Proficiency bonus is 3.
And I had 3 charge slots open, so... And the hammer that was dimmed becomes brighter and brighter and brighter. He yells, "Stupid magic user." No offense. No offense to the out into the water, he says.
The orc in armor steadily rises himself back up onto his feet. So both of them should now be up.
Come back for more.
as he realizes that he is a little surrounded, but is uninjured, and so isn't too worried about that. He is going to bring his blade high, and he's going to decide which of the two of you he's going to go. I think he's going to stay on Camille. He is going to once again strike towards you with his axe as it begins to erupt in vines.
Yes, I love when he rubs the aneurysm out.
Goes for a swing, and the ship rocks. He stumbles to the side, and the axe slams into part of the wood. Vines shoot out, covering the wood where he hit, and he has to yank his axe back out, turning about face, and goes for a second strike. That is going to be a 17.
Yeah, I called that. 18. I lean my shoulder into it.
It deflects off the armor, vines wrap themselves around the steel plate, and just kind of harmlessly fall off.
You two can think 17, 17, 17. We get it.
Which will now take us to Phinia, the shark underwater.
So I'm still a shark,
Yes.
and that's a good thing. And so I would like to bite the kraken. And
Yeah. Good call.
The cractopus.
The cracktopus.
And what does that do when I bite the
So,
kraken?
as a shark, you're going to make a d20 roll to do the attack.
All right.
Come on, natural 20. Come on.
I got a 1. Natural 1. The fight didn't go so far.
Yeah, so you go to do the snap, and the tentacle just kind of moves out of the way as you snap into the teeth. You do get a nice piece of krill, though. It's kind of tasty.
That's for a shark. That's a thing.
But yes, now that's going to be your action.
Oh. All right. Can I do a bonus action?
Maybe. Sharks don't have bonus actions, but you might be able to do something. Is there something else you'd like to try that you think would be a really quick thing that you could do?
Well,
You can still swim around, too. You have a swim speed of 30 feet.
Oh, all right. I will swim around and I will headbutt the tentacles and take them off with my head of the ship.
Oh, I see. You're going to start trying to, pry them off. Okay. If you would like to give me an athletics check, you can add 2 to this because the shark has a strength of 14.
I have got a 9. Plus 2 is 11.
11. So you wedge your shark head in there and start prying, and the suction cup you hear up as one of
Young tentacle.
the ship lurches, and you hear the octopus say, "Why do you fight for these horrid creatures?
They're my friends.
They pollute the water. They put oil in our home. They throw their trash overboard. They must die for this."
Oh, no, they shouldn't die. I'll talk to them. How about that?
They will not listen. They must be slain to the bottom of the ocean.
Sorry, say that again?
To the bottom of the ocean with them. They will not listen.
No. How can I roll a persuasion check?
Certainly can.
All right.
If anyone can do this.
It's a 4. Plus a 3, so it's a 7.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
Well, please don't.
All right. Now, Worm. So she's stumbled attempting to slash you twice and failed miserably.
Yes.
So you come about to face her. She's wearing both scimitars at the ready.
And I want to say to her, this is for effing up my vacation. And straight to the frontal cortex with this pistol.
All right, give me an attack roll, and you may add your dexterity and proficiency.
All right. That's an 8.
Plus 6.
Plus 6? 14.
No, you can't use your bardic inspiration if you want to try and push it over the edge to hit.
Can't.
Oh, that's right.
I thought people likely won't hit her, but the 17 did, so I got a good.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Plus 3. And 2.
Plus 2?
Plus 2.
So that's a 16?
Yeah.
That's a 16.
That's a hit.
Glad it didn't look bad with that beautiful bit of dialogue I dropped
Just
off.
for the audience to say, because they're all fairly new to the game, we're not sort of explaining to them what to do. We're just giving them the advice that they ask. Yeah, it's tabular advice.
So you may roll 2d4 and add 3.
Nice. So that's the gun.
Yeah.
4?
Ooh.
1 plus 3, 4, 5, 8.
8.
Did she die?
The crack of the gun. Oh, now you could put your Fury of the Small into this as one of your Fury of the Small.
This is true.
Books, and add your it's the level, right? Or proficiency.
It's the
level.
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so you could add 3 more to the damage.
Well, I don't see why not. I've yet to use Fury of the Small.
You just outright.
Yeah.
So you bring the pistol up. You remember the days you've been spending with the dwarves as they were training you how to use it.
Yes.
You were always a decent enough shot. She's able to just move as it grazes against the side of her head, blood pouring down her face as she screams and flips over to the side. And she looks very badly wounded. She kind of looks up at the eagle and goes,
That's not.
that's better. And it begins to kind of come down, seemingly to pick her up, which won't happen until her turn. But it seems like she's had enough of you.
But could you spend the bonus action to reload the gun
Certainly could.
and then pick her off as she tries to get away?
I can get one more shot in.
You can reload the gun. And then on your next turn, you can take your second shot.
Do it.
What could I do with a dagger?
Not much at this stage.
Okay.
Already taken your action to fire the gun.
Okay.
You could use your cunning action to do like a dash or a hide or what's the other one? Disengage.
I'll reload.
Okay.
I feel like we need a reload song.
Reload, just to get on it, dance on a reload. I know the part.
That will break us to Storm.
Yes.
So the orc has gotten up. The gnome is still doing. It was still trying to do stuff to you, but the orc is directly in front of you.
Yes.
I'll take care of that now.
Take care of the gnome.
Oh, I'll take care of him.
Oh, you take care of the gnome.
Chomp this guy.
I shall then grab the back of his neck with my mouth, with my snout. I shall grab the back of his neck and then conjure a lightning and use my body as an antenna to electrocute him.
You are going to rage.
I'm going to rage.
And as you rage, a storm aura swirls around you, and he will need to make
Yes, Stormy.
a save, which he fails. Please roll a d6.
Cubes a cube. Oh, cut. 6.
So an arc of lightning just streaks right in through his body as he takes 6 lightning damage. Nice. That was free. So you may now,
Well done.
while raging, you may do things to this orc. Which you wanted to grab him with your bite, right?
Yes, I'm holding the back of his neck.
Are you wanting to grapple him with your bite, or are you wanting to just like tear out of
No, I'm grappling him with my...
Okay. Please make an attack roll with advantage because you are assumingly doing this recklessly.
Yes.
You may roll 2d20 and take the attack
Take
roll.
the better of the two.
18.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You grab him, completely grappling this poor individual.
Hold his head right there. You've just become the tee-off.
I grab...
So you have grappled him by the back of the neck with your first attack.
Oh, okay.
You also have a claw if you wish to do something with your claw.
Yes.
While grappled, this orc has a speed of 0. He cannot move.
Okay.
He has disadvantage on attack rolls on everyone except you, which includes Camille. And you, if you'd like, can drag or carry him at moving at half speed, which for a bear is 40 feet. So you can move 20 feet while carrying him.
Ah. Shall I...
Drop him off the edge.
Yes. I will...
Or you can hold him there and I can just...
Yes. I like that better.
Yes.
He needs to die.
You be the tee, his head will be the golf
Yes.
ball. I've got the 9-iron. Let's go.
Okay, so go ahead and use your claws if you would like to just throw a bit of extra damage on this.
Yeah.
So you can roll with 2d20s to take the high roll. Because it's a lot of prone.
19.
Jeez, it's not good.
Roll a d4, add 3.
Roll D4.
3 times? Just once, and then add 3 to it. 5. So not only have you grabbed him by the back of the neck, you then maul him with your claw and knock him to the ground meaning he is now prone and cannot stand up.
Yes. Camille's like, all right. This gets a little daring. He's like, this is great.
Speaking of which, it is now Camille's turn.
So Camille's going to go, oh, yeah.
Come on, John Daly.
And his attack. Kaboom.
With advantage, as it is prone.
An 18 plus 7, so 25.
That should do it there.
25.
Yes.
That is definitely it.
That should be straight down the fairway.
He takes 9, 10, 11, 12, and a saving throw, please, as the green steel connects with his jaw.
It certainly does. You see, so Storm,
Slow motion.
in this close proximity to the orc, as the green hammer smacks the jaw of this orc that you're fighting, you see like his skin becomes sallow, his veins bulge, and these green-black cracks begin to make their way up the orc's face as he screams and like withers down to just this husk of his former self.
So, the dwarf. Can I move now to find?
Well, how much damage you did?
Oh,
12 to the...
until over 12, right?
And then he's withered, right?
He's withered, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he like...
It's his failed to save.
Yeah, he's laying on the ground like... He doesn't appear to be dead, but he is like withering away, and he seems very, very...
I know my new friend can take care of.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad.
So I want to move myself on the boat to the direction that it gets me within 20 or so feet of the dwarf that's shooting on Rod.
Okay.
And when I get there, I just backing up by looking at you being like, you've got this, right? And then he stops, looks at Angarad, and he just stares at Angarad, inspired. And I'm going to telekinetically push the dwarf off the bird into the water. He'll need to make a saving throw. Strength.
Okay. 16.
What is my...
It's 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your intelligence modifier.
Okay, so he succeeds.
Okay. So there's sort of like a... As the dwarf kind of pulls back, this bolt goes flying. He's like, whoa! Whoa!
And that was my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll try to position myself to
Kind of next to...
give cover to her.
Okay.
And make sure that he knows what I was doing to him is coming from me.
Okay. So the rogue, seeing that things are not going as well as they were kind of hoping they would, I think is going to kind of like lift his hand up and outstretch it that way as it will veer around, and he's going to take a shot at Camille. Because the benefit of being on a mount is he's not moving. So you can just steady aim all the way down.
Yeah.
That's a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, with sneak attack, you're looking at 17 piercing damage.
All right. That removes all of my temporary hit points if it's 4 more in the meat.
Vines curl around your body at the point of impact of the bolt.
We do have healing potions.
We do.
He's still staring on her on the string.
All right, Angarad, you are not hurt this time. Or you weren't shot this time.
No more of my friends will die.
You have a full turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to heal my friend using the special potion.
Okay. Would you like to administer a potion?
I would like to administer our $35 potion.
Who do you wish to administer that to?
Camille.
Okay. Give me a scene of you feeding him this potion.
Hey, we don't have any. Blah, 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 blah.
How many ounces does he have to glug?
So it's a potion bottle about this big.
Oh, okay. It's not like a
vials.
It's not like a Trent Frappuccino.
Tim Hortons coffee.
Oh.
Sorry, there's this little
Yeah.
red vial.
Anurad is slightly injured, but is so grateful that he has saved her life, basically. She pulls the potion from her astral wings, as well as a perfunctory gift. Kind of like, a doctor's office lollipop. It's a wonderful potion, but it tastes really terrible. I'm sorry. So
Like
she
This Buckley's.
she has like a little pinwheel to distract him as she gives him this potion that tastes kind of like worm smells.
So, so Camille's gonna go and go
Hey,
and swallows it again. It comes back up and he swallows it again. And somehow it was better tasting the second time.
Hold it. Hold it. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for saving my life. Did the pinwheel help?
Depends. What did you roll?
So roll 2d4
2 d4s.
plus 2. 2d4 plus 2.
4. Okay, let's see what's working. 3, 7, 9. Perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
Pinwheel was great.
I mean, I'm a nightingale bard. I do have my ways.
That is your bonus action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That was my bonus action.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
An arranged
Got
weapon.
vicious
Like,
mockery.
is that like I do.
Oh,
Agree.
you should.
Oh my gosh, I should. It's new for me. I've not used this one before. So could you please describe this
Yeah, how do you use it?
dwarf? Is it
So-
dwarf? No,
He's a dwarf. It's
a dwarf
he looks different than the dwarves on this ship. He doesn't have quite the same air about him. You suspect this might be a different type of dwarf from a different land. He's riding atop the eagle, and he's looking miffed. Like he's not looking like annoyed or hurt or angry. He's just looking like a little perturbed. He's got a crossbow, and he seems to have other kind of things strapped to him. He's got some studded leather armor. He's got a shaved head with like little streaks of hair running back along it, and a nice, well-kept beard. And he's kind of just glaring at you and Camille. If you wish to use a vicious mockery, then you may certainly do that.
Oh, look at me. I'm a dwarf who's had a failed hair transplant. Looks like somebody's been mowing the wrong lawn. No, I'm so big, I've got a crossbow. I can only win if I have super duper advantage. Can't come down and really talk to Entourage because she's way above his league. He didn't even get to go to the auditions or the tryouts for the team. Nobody even wants to have him play. He's not on the bench. He's beside the bench, on the ground, in the little cubby where, where they take a poo. That's you. Oh my, I'm overcompensating with my really nice beard. Oh, are you crying? Are you moisturizing what the hair you have left?
It's just the holding the pinwheel.
Is this a distraction? Oh my god, that's all your dreams spinning down the hole and never gonna happen. Oh my gosh, can you even see the tears are running down your little face? I thought it was a grown man, but a real man doesn't need a hair transplant. Except you, if you have it, it's really great. We're so glad that you're watching. This is just for play. Yeah. You're not one of our fans. Clearly, you wouldn't have shot me right here. Do you know how long I've taken to get this svelte waist? Look how gorgeous this is. Yeah, don't look. I'm going to blind you because you've never seen anything such great as this. Because when you go home, you would just look in the mirror and look at that. Oh my days.
Take that.
You're gonna roll a save on that. That orc doesn't stand up bloody chest. Go ahead and roll a D8, I think it is. Or maybe it's D6. I think it's a D6.
Okay. So it's a 4 plus
Plus I think you add your charisma modifier to that.
my charisma modifier is
Wow.
2. Oh, no, it's a 3. So 7.
7. And he has disadvantage as the next attack because like whoa, but he's a little more than distracted at this point.
Over. That's what we'll call you.
It's getting hot here.
Sauce.
Thanks.
Camille's just like, what have I gotten myself into? There's bear and there's the sharks that were. Yes, kicking some ass. Yeah, she's starting to like these guys.
The elf woman, the eagle will fly down to pick her up. You have a choice here. You can attempt to shoot her as she leaves, or you can do some dagger stuff. What would you prefer?
I'd like to go one more straight to the frontal cortex.
All right, take the shot. D20 plus 6.
All right. Not a 6-sided, but just +6.
Plus 6, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
13, 19.
19's a hit. Go ahead and roll 2d4 plus 3.
Seven.
7.
Did she die?
Want to push it home?
Yes.
With another fear this morning?
Yes.
Small in there?
Yes. Yes.
I'll leave you enough to do it.
All right. With a loud bang, all you see is this giant eagle fly down, and then describe the scene to me as the frontal cortex stops existing on this elf.
Anyone ever seen The Toxic Avenger?
Yes, wow. Trauma.
You just see spaghetti and meatballs flying. And this disappointed eagle goes, disappears away.
The eagle then just kind of, oh, jeez.
Change course!
Change course!
The Lord!
As, yeah, just,
It's like what a dwarf like. So I was all cheering.
Thanks for the new toy, guys. Made a difference in the toy.
the gnome is having none of that. The gnome is basically just gonna call it like, we gotta get the heck out of here.
We got no.
And he's gonna throw some blasts at the guy with the gun because he's like, we gotta get this guy out of here. Oh god,
This is dynamite.
2 vine blasts just right next to you as the gnome's freaking out too much. His hand is shaking. He can't keep his aim steady. And he's like just sailing off to join the other eagle, which will then take us to the druid, who is going to very much do much the same. I think just out of spite, he's going to just fly kind of over to the other side away from where Camille is, and then sweep his hand as a tidal wave cascades up the side of the ship and then crashes down. So I'll need Worm, I guess, to make I think it's a dexterity saving throw, which you're pretty good at. Right?
Oh yeah, it's like plus 6 or 7, man. Oh,
18 plus 7. No, so what I have plus 3.
plus 3, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 24.
Okay, so you're only going to be taking 16 bludgeoning damage as the wave crashes over you, but you're able to kind of hold on and not let it carry you with it somewhere you would not like to be.
Ouch.
That's big damage.
It's a good spell. And he sails off, leaving the orc who chants a spell.
Oh, no. I will use my second use of drain mana of the 3 to deflect it back to Anvarad.
Okay, Angarad, you regain a spell slot. This was a 2nd level spell as he was attempting to Misty Step onto his eagle.
You die today. Right, Storm?
Yes.
Die.
I'm seeing as he can't move and he's prone on the ground, he's going to attempt to just attack Storm here. And to swing his axe, ethereal vines enshrouding around them. The axe finds its way home into the thick hide of your bear form. You're going to be looking at 14 slashing damage total, and then there's a flash of divine energy as the smite then discharges for another 15 radiant damage.
Ooh.
John, hand me! Worm? Or sorry, Phinia.
Yeah?
You're still attempting to talk to the octopus as you're trying to free the ship. Would you like to do anything else?
Well, what does the octopus say now?
He continues to spout the same thing, that these dwarves are polluting the water, these surfacers, this ship is an abomination, and nature itself will gladly rejoice in their destruction.
All right, so I would like to use my entangle spell and summon plant vines to wrap around all the tentacles and wrap him very, very tightly so he can't do anything.
Okay, you can do that. In order to do so, you will need to chant the magic words, which means you will need to unbecome a shark.
That's fine.
Okay, so you unbecome a shark, and then you ensnare the octopus as these vines wrap themselves around the tentacles. The octopus is held fast, unable to continue its assault on the ship,
Wonderful.
which is going to be your bonus and then your action. You could then swim to the top if you'd like, so you're not drowning.
I will do that.
Worm. Your target is no longer a target. The only thing left on the ship at this point is the orc, who is currently getting mauled by the large bear.
Does my man need help?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
There are a couple of other eagles like flying away with their people on them.
Okay. The octopus?
The octopus's tentacles are currently they seem to be dealing with something beneath the water that you're not sure about. But the dwarves have begun hacking away at them, and they're dealing with the tentacles. They seem to be dispersing them.
Ideas, guys?
You could assist by stopping the tentacles to ensure that this octopus gets the hell out of here.
Yeah, let me find any nearby tentacles I can
Absolutely.
within reach.
Easily done. You just start hacking away at whatever tentacles you can find. Storm, would you like to take us home?
Yes.
All right.
Home.
Would you... Go ahead and make 2 attacks on this orc. So go ahead and make a yin recklessly, I assume. So advantage
16.
on the die.
Yes.
+5 is a hit.
Hit.
And then roll one more time just for the claw, just to see if we can get both of them out of the way. You can also do this recklessly as well.
18.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll a D8 and a D4 and add 6 to the total.
D. 4.
Super.
D.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep. And then add 6 to the total.
God.
Delicious. 8. So it's 10.
Including the +6.
Oh no. 10 to 16.
So, okay. Please describe how you maim this poor orc into no longer being alive.
I pick him up by my claws, I grab his neck, they slam him 3 times. They pick him up and I bring him close to me and make sure that he sees my eyes. My soul looks into his soul, and I grab his face and I start to crunch his skull, and it starts to crunch like a watermelon as he looks into my eyes, and I let him know that his soul will never leave this place, and he crunches it halfway and he tears him in half.
Your soul is mine.
And he turns into a bowl of spaghetti.
A couple of dwarves are like, and a couple of the dwarves are like, and as the eagles fly away, the octopus is pulled back under the water. The ship leaves, continuing on its journey unabated into the next session.
16, 17, 18, 19.